It's in the corners of the race course that shaving seconds or even half seconds can make huge differences in overall speed and tactical edge.
I got a boat underneath me here. Okay, we got a job here.
In this chapter about spinnaker sets, we emphasize the importance and sequence of the functions during the set, so that the individual processes can flow together without interrupting the boat's forward progress. For our procedures, the instructions are geared for a windward-leeward course with an additional offset mark. This is the most common course arrangement for the J-24 fleet, but it's important to note that the target zone for preset preparation is different in this course compared to a traditional windward-leeward, because the offset leg allows for a controlled preparation area. On a traditional windward-leeward course, the preset preparation must occur on the ley line just before the mark rounding, when there are still tactical and speed considerations heavily in play. All sets follow roughly the same process, with the crew setting the pole, securing the jib sheet, pre-feeding the spinnaker, bearing away, hoisting the spinnaker, and dropping the genoa or jib. Rarely does this sequence change. In fact, usually a wrapped spinnaker or confused spinnaker set is the result of skipping one of these important steps. The driver must maintain control of the boat and its turn when rounding the mark and setting the spinnaker. In many cases, the driver must ease the main to keep the boat flat prior to the turn, and ultimately must ease the main as the boat turns. Therefore, the driver should always uncleat the main ready to ease prior to the rounding. Further, the driver may in some cases need to ease the backstay and even the genoa sheet once the set is complete. This is one of the only times when the trimmer must be one of the last off the rail. Either the driver or the trimmer cleats the genoa sheet just before pre-feeding begins, and then the trimmer trims the guy during the pre-feed process and set. It's preferable that this position is done completely from the rail. The tactician plays an active role in the pace of the set. Before the actual set, he hops into the companionway to help the sail out of the bag and under the boom, and then grabs the spinnaker sheet for the initial trim before handing the sheet off to the trimmer to fine-tune. The mast man, like the trimmer, is crucial to maintaining control of the boat when others have to leave the rail. He or she hikes out, eases the vang if necessary, adjusts the pole height for the bowman, and gives tactical information on the boat behind. However, in light air, it is possible for the task to be distributed among 4 people, leaving the mast man below deck to keep weight low throughout the set. This may be imperative for filling the spinnaker quickly in light and choppy conditions. The bowman sets the pole on the approach, hoists the spinnaker while bearing away, and then drops the genoa as soon as possible. It's helpful for this position to minimize movement and generally to spend as much time as possible on the rail between setting the pole and hoisting the spinnaker. The keys to good sets are well-timed movements, maximize the time spent on the rail hiking, make sure the guy and spinnaker clear the foot of the genoa during the pre-feed process, keeping the spinnaker clear of the genoa as one goes up while the other comes down, and keep the process organized enough to allow at least one pair of eyes to pay attention to the boats behind and the next choice on the race course.